He's so committed to us that he gives cancer to good people.
God doesn't give cancer to good people.
Really?
Really?
Who gives cancer to good people then?
He kills them because he loves them.
That's not what I said. Come on, you guys, you're better than that. Hey, listen, let's go back and forth and have a dialogue. I never said God kills people because he loves them. Why did he kill them?
In this video, we'll see students confront Cliffe with sarcastic questions, accusing God of being unjust. Witness this compelling and thought-provoking discussion unfold.
How is it just to put a person who is a good person by society standards and a person who has killed many people in the same boat? Like, why, if a God exists, why would he do that?
Doesn't Jesus say he forgives everyone if you accept him anyways? I can do whatever the I want. Jesus is going to forgive me for everything.
No, God only forgives us when we ask him for forgiveness. We have to ask him for forgiveness. In humility, we have to ask him to forgive us. Now, think about this. If I steal $500 from this guy, and he says, Cliff, you stole $500 from me. And I say, well, here's $250. He says, wait a second, Cliff. You stole $500. You owe me more than $250. And I say, bug off. I think I owe you $250, so here's the $250. See, the problem with that is, it's his $500 that I stole. And for me to think that I just can give him $250 and that's justice is wrong.
You should give him interest.
Okay? Well, according to Christ, it's God who I've sinned against. And it is God who defines what I owe him. And according to God, when I sin, what I owe him is my life. The wages of sin is death.
God's a selfish.
What if he
Why is God a selfish person?
I think God should give me something nice if I get cancer. He's the one who gave me it. You know, like, if I have to give God all this when I get cancer or HIV or some disease, doesn't God owe me something?
No, God doesn't owe us anything. God gave us the gift of life and we messed it up. So God has been very generous. God gave his only son Christ to bleed and die on a cross. So God has given himself for us. Now the question is, how are we going to respond to God's grace, to his generosity? That's the question. Think carefully. Now, why do you say that God is such a horrible being? Sir, what's your point? Why do you think God is such a horrible being?
Because he's jealous and selfish.
Jealous?
Yeah. No gods before me. I mean, why does it matter to him? He's an omnipotent being. It has no effect on him whatsoever.
Good.
What we do.
Good.
Why does he care?
Very good. Okay, I have 3 sons. If one of my 3 sons is buying into drug addiction, and he goes out on the street corner and meets with a drug dealer, if I'm not jealous for my son's allegiance, there's something wrong with my love. If I walk into my house and my wife is in the arms of another man, and I experience no jealousy, then I don't understand what love is.
You don't have 6 billion sons.
Yeah, but when we talk about God's jealousy, we're talking about his love, which is committed to us. And because his love is committed to us, when he watches us go after idols that lead to destruction, he is jealous.
Yes, he's so committed to us that he gives cancer to good people.
God doesn't give cancer to good people.
Really?
Really?
Who gives cancer to good people then?
You and I live in a cursed, messed up world, just in case you haven't noticed.
Wasn't Jesus the first?
And there's a lot of havoc and a lot of chaos. And when you read the Bible, you bump into Genesis chapter 3. And in Genesis chapter 3, we read about a fall. And it's a big fall. It's not a question of someone stubbing their toe. Adam and Eve commit cosmic treason against God. There's a major fall. And that's where the earth is messed up. What's the point of the book of Job? Did Job sin? Is that why he suffered? No. Job suffered because he was born into a cursed, unfair world.
Job suffered because God had a bet with Satan.
Yes, Satan obviously challenged the integrity of Job's faith. Correct.
So God has a gambling problem.
No, it's an issue of free will. It's an issue of free will. And obviously Satan's point was, the only reason Job has faith in you is because he knows who butters his bread. And his faith is just based on you unloading the goody-goodies on him. And once you take the goody-goodies away, he'll curse you to your face.
But we're missing the point that God felt he had to prove himself to Satan. Why did he feel he needed to prove himself to Satan?
God didn't have to prove himself to Satan.
He didn't have to, but he felt he needed to.
No, he did not. The book of Job is not about God proving anything. The book of Job is a challenge of, is Job's faith based on having the goody-goodies in life delivered on a silver platter, or is Job's faith based on the character of God being good in spite of the circumstances of life?
With students pushing back sarcastically, the pastor's cool-headed wisdom turned the conversation into a masterclass on grasping God's true nature.
God, at a certain time in history, used the Jewish people to judge the Canaanites, to judge the Egyptians, and then a few hundred years later, he used the Assyrians and the Babylonians to judge the Jews.
You worship a God that works through people through killing people.
At times, yes. Yes. Okay. And I hope that you are very angry if someone rapes your sister or if someone harms or destroys someone you love. I hope you are genuinely angry. There is such a thing as righteous indignation over the sex trafficking of children.
And then you kill them?
No, you're angry. And then you have to think through, how am I going to respond? If this guy comes up to him and knifes him, and I say, so what? Whatever. I don't love him. If I love him and he comes up and knifes him, I will seek to physically stop him from thrusting the knife in a second time. If I say, I don't care, then I am so self-absorbed that I don't really care about him, I really don't love him. God is angry, not in spite of the fact that he loves us. He's angry because he loves us, and we destroy each other or we destroy ourselves. That's why God is angry.
And to judge those people for not subscribing to because he's God, he's allowed to kill those that he loves. He kills them because he loves them. But they
No, he doesn't kill them because he loves them. That's not what I said. Come on, you guys, you're better than that. Think. Listen. Let's go back and forth and have a dialogue. I never said God kills people because he loves them.
Why did he kill them?
Because they destroyed other people.
Why did he care? Why did he not let
Because
them
he
go
loves.
free?
Because he loves people who get destroyed.
Them.
He judges people who destroy other people. It's that simple.
What does he love? He loves the people that they're destroying? He killed 3,000 of them. It was men,
No.
women, children, and neighbors, Cliff.
He killed those people because they had done evil. He judged them.
What evil did they do, Cliff?
The Jewish people began to sacrifice their babies in imitation of the Canaanites, who sacrificed their babies to Moloch, to Baal. And so the Jews began to copy their neighbors, the Canaanites, and began to sacrifice their babies as an act of worship. God judged them for that. Secondly, the Jews, in imitation of the Canaanites, the Midianites, the Hittites, and all the other tites, began to say that if you really want to know God, you have sex with a temple prostitute. God judged the Jews for following the Canaanites' example of temple prostitution and sacrificing babies. And that's why they got judged.
Those are the two reasons they were judged and murdered, or I guess let's use the word killed, because that sounds
He
nicer.
killed the Canaanites.
In the book of Exodus.
That's exactly right. He killed the Canaanites for the same reason.
Failing to grasp the love of God as Jesus Christ revealed it is one thing, but imagining that God, who is the essence of justice and the ultimate moral authority, could be unjust within his own justice should be unthinkable for any of his creations. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this insightful. If you want more weekly updates, don't forget to hit subscribe. Stay tuned and see you next time.